guys, it's Cody. This week I have decided that I'm going to talk about my coming out story because, I think it's really good that I do tell you guys my coming out story because a lot of people out there have been traumatized, been bullied, been hated on, been discriminated by their parents, and I think that it's good for everyone to share their coming out story because it's good for other people to listen. So I want to tell you my coming out story. My coming out story wasn't as bad. I really think because my parents had a very open mind and a very good point of view. And you know what? I was growing up with two girls. I have two sisters, so I'm growing up with two sisters. And you know what? I used to wear their clothes when I was young. I remember when my parents were not separated when I was little. I used to switch on the TV. I used to dance to Spice Girls. I used to wear dresses and dance around their house. And you know what? My parents never once said to me, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't wear that. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. So I think I had a very really good parents growing up. I think I had their support when I was growing up. I had a counsellor I used to go to because I think it's good when you're a kid, you do want to speak to someone, not to your parents. So I really had that support. When my parents broke up, it was very hard on me, and I went to different schools and stuff growing up. And, when I hit high school, my first year in high school, I literally looked around me and I didn't want to fit it in. I wanted to stand out in the crowd. I'm seeing everyone around me making friends, trying to fit in, and that's not me. I want to stand out. I want to be different from everyone. I want to wear crazy clothes. I want to have pink hair. I want to wear makeup. I want to have black hair. I want to wear black mascara. I want to be gay. So a lot of people in school, the first year in school, in high school, actually came up to me and said, are you gay? And I literally refused. I actually refused saying, yeah, I'm gay. Because you know what? I knew inside I was. And down the corridor, people used to shout out to me, hey, you're a faggot, you're a fag. And I used to pay no attention to it. And as the years progressed, I developed my sexuality. I had feelings for guys. I thought guys were so much more hotter than, come on, you straight girls would agree that, guys are hot. So I was like, hey, why not give it a shot? I was about 14 when I had my first relationship with a girl. And, I do still love her. She is the most beautifulest girl in the whole entire world. But I don't see women sexually. And that's just me. That's just me. I find men so much more attractive. And, I've had bad experiences with guys in my lifetime. I remember, what's one really bad experience? I always get stood up all the time. And, I just let it go. You have to go through all the bad people until you reach your Prince Charming or your princess, or. So I was about 15 when I came out to my friends that I was gay. I was like, yep, I'm gay. I don't really care. You have your opinions. And you know what? I did lose friends. I gained friends as well because they're like, yay! Then I came out and I said, no, I'm actually bisexual. And I thought about it because I was 14, I had a girlfriend, and I was seeing girls and I was seeing guys at the same time. So I really had mixed signals of my life. What am I doing? What's happening? Girls are going after me, guys are going after me. I have no idea. I was 15. 15 years old is pretty young. So going back a few years to when I was 12 years old, actually, in about, I think it was year 7, year 6, year 7, year 8. One of those 3 periods of being in school. I came across a website that had pornography on it, gay pornography, and I find it so much more interesting than watching these fanny licking pussy girls licking each other out. And I was like, come on, okay. So, sorry if I'm being really rude. I just don't find women sexually attractive. But I look at a woman's body and I think, wow, that's really beautiful. One of my best friends, Raven Scar, she is just the most amazingest person. I look at her and she's just so beautiful. Even Megan Fox, I look at Megan Fox, Carrie Underwood, Victoria's Secret models. They're so beautiful, but I don't want to sleep with them. I don't find them sexually attractive. So I was 12 and I came out to my parents when I was 12 years old. And I said, I went to a counsellor first because I didn't know how to go up to my parents and say I'm gay. So I was 12 years old when I went to a counsellor and I said, listen, I need help coming out. I need help. I said, I'm gay. I like guys. And I said to the doctor, how would it if I said to my parents I'm bisexual? And they said that might be a better point in saying I'm gay straight up. So I was seeing a counsellor and my dad came into the room before I told the doctor. And I said to my dad was sitting right next to me, and the doctor said, the counsellor said, do you want to say it? The counsellor said, do you want to say anything? And I said to my dad, well, I'm gay. Actually, no, I said I'm bisexual. And he's like, you know what? I know you've been for a long time growing up. You used to dance around the house wearing dresses and stuff. And I was like, okay, cool. So he said to me, you can be whoever you want to be. You can have any sorts of dreams, whatever you want to be, as long as you're not an arsehole, as long as you're not a dickhead, as long as you have an open mind and you're lovely to everyone and nice to everyone. And I'm so glad that my dad is so supportive of me. He loves it. He's like, Cody, oh my god, look at these heels. You left them behind before you went to Melbourne. Should I send them to you? Like, my dad is such a lovely person, and I'm so glad I have such a close dad. He actually came over to visit me on Mother's Day about 2 months ago, just specifically for me. And I was so grateful to have that support, to seeing how I was going. Because my parents are broken up, it is really hard for me to tell a parent at the same time. So you know what, about half a year went by until I left my dad's house to live with my mum. And my mum said, what are you doing in your life? Because you're not going to school, you're not doing anything. And I said to her, I'm seeing a guy. I was 13 years old. And I said, well, I'm seeing a guy and it's really discreet. He's the same age as me. And we've been going out now for about 3 months. And this was my first ever boyfriend, and we went out for about 8 months. And recently I found out that he has a child now. Bizarre. So my mum's like, you know what? I really don't like the fact that you sleep around with guys. When are you going to bring a girl home? And, you know, I have gay people in my family, on my mum's side of my family. Most of my cousins are gay, probably like 3 of them. And I think the most person who doesn't like gay people in my family is my nana on my mum's side. But I love her because she's my nana. She's my nana, whatever you want to call her. So my family are really supportive. My sisters used to say to me, why are you stealing my clothes? Why are you stealing this? And I had a really good coming out, I think, because I had very open-minded parents. I want to say, like, if you have trouble coming out to your parents, if you do want to say something to your parents, I recommend first telling them that you're bisexual, and make sure maybe try this. Maybe say to your parents, hey, I'm going to a gay parade. I think it's really cool because I like the costumes. What do you think about gay people? So come to your parents and say, what do you think of gay people before coming out? Because I never said that to my parents. And I think if I did say that to my parents, I would have felt so much more comfortable on coming out to my family, to my friends. So yeah, I still get the way I look like, my image, the way I present myself on the streets, I still get the word faggot thrown at me all the time. And that's never going to go away because that's just public. That's the only thing that really pisses me off about me being gay. So, yeah, there's not much really more to talk about. So, go to a counsellor, speak to a counsellor about these problems. If you do have any gay friends, talk to your gay friends and say, what was your coming out story like? Because the more supportive you are on coming out, the better it is. The worst situation that you could have is getting thrown out. And, you know, I have come across a few people that have had their family chuck him out because of they are gay. It's like, well, you think, what's worse, being gay or, like, having sex or being a whore, escorting yourself? You know, like, I was watching a we have this TV show in Australia on Channel 7. It's called Sunday Night, and I watched it, and there was this girl called Amanda Goff, and she had lived a double life, and she was an escort, and she told her parents, and she got disowned, and she's like 40 years old. Like, you know, the world is just a stupid, fucked up place. I really do think that we should love each other, no matter if we're black, gay, straight, heterosexual, pansexual, queer, bi, lesbian, a faggot, an escort, half dog, half cat, whatever. We should love and cherish one another because we should spread love, not war. Really, really should. And the problem with the community is that we don't have that support at the moment. All we do is we have parades, we have Mardi Gras, we have gay clubs, we have gay places we can hang out. But I think the worst places to be when you're gay is in school. There's just so many problems with the world. I really do think the world is just stupid, the way that everyone looks at it. The way I look at the world is that everyone's equal. Like, if people are really rude to me, I'm going to be rude to them. If people are nice to me, I'm going to be nice to them. You know, I left school at 14 years of age, and I worked as a hairdresser full-time until I was 17. And I think the best thing I ever did was to leave school when I was 14. And I had a boyfriend at 14, and my family was supportive of me, and I was working full-time. As long as you have support in your life, and you're stable, and you have food in your tummy and a roof over your head, you're completely fine. So I'm just going to go to my Instagram and have a look at what you guys have said to me, because I posted a photo saying, "Is anyone want to have any questions?" about 19 minutes ago. Okay, so I'm going to read through these. Okay, let's have a look. Olivia _ sloth said, "How old were you?" How old was I when I came out? I was 12 when I came out to my parents, and I was 14 when I came out to my friends. Was it scary to come out of the closet? Okay, I've only come out of two things in my life, the closet and my mum's vagina. One, my mum's vagina, thank God, because I didn't want to get an abortion. Second, it was really scary coming out to my family and to my friends because I didn't even know what my family would say to me. Like, imagine if they said to me, "Oh my God, I'm gonna kill you." Like, okay, this is crazy. Any advice on coming out to homophobic friends? Listen, if you have homophobic friends and you are gay, even if they're your best friend, even if they live next door, we don't have time. I don't have time for homophobic people. You know what? They may adjust to your lifestyle. They may even say, "Oh, I always say gay people just as a joke," and just speak to your friends about coming out. And if you're gay, like, the more talkative you are, the more comfortable you feel. Blah blah blah. Why are you so perfect, and how did your parents take it? I've already said my parents took it really, really good. So that's hold on, I'm just gonna refresh if there's any more questions. Nope, no more questions. Okay, so you guys can follow me on my Instagram, whatever, subscribe, like this video. If you guys have any messages, just leave them down below. I'm not quite sure what my next YouTube video will be. It'll probably a beauty product review, or another makeup tutorial, or another issue in this world, or something or other. I'll maybe talk about tattoos or piercings or fashion or something, who knows. So I'd like to say thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys find it supportive. So yeah, I had a very good coming out, and I'm really glad I am where I am in my life. And you know what? If you don't want to come out, don't come out. Just stay in the closet. Stay in the coffin. Go in the coffin and stay in the coffin. Because you'll never find your best friends until you come out. That's what I've learned when I've came out to everyone. So, God bless the worms and bless the gems. And thank you guys for watching this video. Like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys all soon.